The most common question I get when it comes to purchasing or building a new home is, where do I start? With so many options and choices, it can feel overwhelming, and believe me, I get it. Sometimes it's so overwhelming that a home buyer just decides to go with an existing home instead. The great news is, it doesn't have to be that way. I've got a process to help you gather all the information you need to figure out if new construction is the right path for you without all the stress. Usually, when someone's interested in building a home, they'll start by driving around, checking out lots, and looking for floor plans they like. That's a good start, but there's a lot more to that, and that's where I come in. If you're ready to take the first step in your home building journey, or even just want to learn more, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I break down everything you need to know about new construction, from choosing the perfect lot, working with builders, and everything in between. Don't forget to like this video, hit subscribe, turn on notifications so you don't miss any of my latest tips and insights. Let's make building your dream home easier than you ever thought possible. When it comes to choosing the lot for your new home, there's a lot of things to take in consideration that coincides with your lifestyle. Whether it's a flat lot, whether it's a garden level lot, I have a couple of those to show you today to point out the significant differences between the two. So this particular home over here is built on a relatively flat lot that gives you a nice flat patio coming out of the main floor of the home. And as you can see around the home, it's rather flat. Whereas the home behind us, this home is being built on a garden level lot. And that's where there is some slope from front to back. And as you continue from the front to the back of the house, it allows the back of the house to be elevated. That gives you the option to have the deck that sits up a little higher. Oftentimes that's real beneficial if you have a view like we have here with the mountain. And it also allows you to have some light down in the lower level of the home. So it allows those windows to be above grade that gives you that natural light down in the basement. A couple things that I want to show you as far as differences with a flat lot is the window wells. On this particular home, because it is a flat lot, the window well is fully in the ground, okay? Where the top of the window well is at grade, and that's kind of what you would typically see on a house with a flat lot. Whereas if we go over to the house with the garden level, a garden level, like I mentioned before, has that slope front to back, and it allows you to have that natural light going into the basement. And so as you can see on the side of this home, the window is going to be above grade. And that's how you get that natural light into that lower level. When choosing a lot to build on, it's super important that you know whether or not the utilities are present. On this lot, it's easy to tell whether or not it has power because power is often in a rectangular pedestal box like the one seen here. Cable and internet is typically in another pedestal that's a cylinder type, rounder shape. But then you also want to make sure that there is water and sewer on the lot. And I'm going to show you what that will typically look like. To find the water and sewer, it's a piece of rebar that's coming out of the ground that's marked blue. And in close proximity, you'll see a curb stop. And a curb stop is a metal cap that unscrews that identifies where the water is on the lot. Another thing to consider as well is whether or not the lot has gas. In this particular neighborhood, we developed it so we know that it has gas, but not always is there an indication as to whether gas is present or not. And that's definitely one thing you want to consider when you decide to choose a lot. When choosing a lot to build on, it's important to know that what the soil conditions are on that lot. Whether it has expansive soil, non-expansive soil. When it comes to expansive soil, there are additional costs that are incurred for you to build your foundation. Whether you have to do over excavating, where you take out dirt and replace it with more stable material. Or you could have drilled piers, where you have to drill down into the ground to support the foundation for that given soil type. So those are all things to take into consideration when you choose a lot because they ultimately affect the overall building cost. Thank you for watching these videos. If you find this information useful, be sure to like my page and feel free to drop me a question in the comment section below. I'd love to help.